Hey guys, we're back. Mr. Schreiber here, and we're going to get right into it. We're going to be going over surface area of a triangular prism. Now guys, it's the same exact process as what we did before, except this time we're just working with a shape that tends to be a little bit more difficult than, say, a square pyramid or just a typical rectangular prism. So just remember, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to count how many faces we have to find the area of. So let's start with these two triangles. That's 1, 2. Then we have that one on bottom. That's 3. And then left and right, 4 and 5. The very first thing I'd like you to do, and again, of all the things that you do on this, I think this is the most powerful. It's the easiest way to go about solving this. And we're going to put 5 lines down because we have 5 areas that we have to find. Okay. Once we do that, let's start solving. Let's start with this triangle right here. And just remember that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. We can take area as 1/2. You can see the base is 12. And remember, the height is always going to be perpendicular to the base. It's going to be 16. From here, we can take 1/2 of 12, which is going to be 6. 6 times that 16 is going to be 96. So we can put 96 here. And then you see we have these two triangles, one here. I'm going to just clone this, one here as well. So helps to make the sound effects always. That's going to be 96, guys, and that's going to be 96. We've just covered both of those triangles. One here, one here. I'm trying to get better with this mouse. My wife is a graphic designer, and she is letting me borrow this like super cool pen thing. Do I have it around here? But I got to download the software. It's like super cool. You just kind of take a look here. I'm going to, hopefully by next week, I'll be able to take this pen and kind of just write things down, and it'll come up on the screen. Super cool, but for right now, I'm stuck with this mouse. Let's keep going. So I'm going to take a look at the bottom here, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to go in the same order as me, but I think it helps to outline. I also think it helps to use different colors, and we're going to find the area of that as well. So that's just going to be 12 times 10. Plus, it makes it look pretty. That's always helpful, making things look pretty as we're stuck in quarantine. That'll be 120. And then how about we take this front side, this 10 by 20 here. That's one face. Again, remember, surface area is the total surface area of every single face of the shape that we see. And that's an easy one. That's going to be 200. And this is why I think it's so important to have all these lined up, because I sometimes may think that I'm all done, but now I know I'm missing something here. With my cursor, you can see that I'm looking back on this, and I missed the one in the back right there. I've done every single one except for the area of this one in the back. That's why I think it's so helpful to write the lines before you start. That's going to be 16, and this here is 10. If this is 10 here, that's going to be 10. So we'll just make that 16 times 10. Put 160 here. I'll take your time. You guys can grab your calculator. I'll be right back. Add all that up and tell me what you got. Always on these, I always like to double check my work, make sure that I've got it. So I'm going to write this down. Let's put this in purple. Add all that up. It's going to be 672 centimeters squared. And again, I'm just going to take my time, make sure I double check my work. Sometimes I like to solve it a different way. If I solve it a different way and I still get the same answer, that's also a good indicator that you did it right. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Again, we have ourselves a triangular prism. So if you take a look, sometimes this is kind of hard to see. What you can do, I'm going to do it right now, is you can kind of make it look like that so you can see it a little bit better. And you guys can see that all triangular prisms, we have the front and the back, there's 2. We have the left and right side, that's 3 and 4, and the bottom one's going to make number 5. So we have 5 areas we have to solve for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's just solve the triangles first. Remember that all triangles are 1/2 base times height. And the base here is going to be 10. The height is 12. This is actually something you can do in your head. Half of 12 is 6. 6 times 10 is 60. Or you could have taken half of 10 is 5. 5 times 12 is 60. So we're going to throw up 60 here. And that covers, I like to kind of mark it, that covers this triangle here. And it covers the back triangle. That'll cover both. I'll get that out of the way, that kind of looks messy. Now, how about we take on the bottom? I always kind of like to get rid of the bottom because it's kind of not so much in the way. If you try to do the ones on the left and right, sometimes it kind of messes up and gets in your way when you try to solve this. So I like to go to the bottom next. That's going to be 14 times the 10. That'll be 140. And then if you need to erase this, you can. All we're left with is the left and right side. And if you look here, it looks like the left and right side are the exact same amount. Right there, 14 by 13. And the other side as well is the same amount. There you go. 14 by 13. Let's multiply this. I don't mind if you use a calculator, especially with surface area because there's a lot going on. We're going to make that 182. And because there's 2, notice how this kind of focuses you so you can't make a mistake with doing too much work. So now we're going to take all these numbers, let's add them all up. 60 plus 60 plus the 140 plus the 182 plus 182. Add it all together. And we're going to get 624 millimeters squared, because we're talking about squared. And again, all we're doing is just finding the area of every single face. Is that the same as before? Oh, look at that. Oh, pretty close. Guys, so our last one I'd like you to do is, if you could pause the video right now and try to solve this problem on your own. You don't have to do that. You can follow along with us, but you don't have to. So here we go. This is going to be our final example. Let's go over number 3 example. And we're going to see that there's 5 sides. A triangular prism always has 5 sides, top, bottom, left to right, and then the front here. So it's just very important that I always like to take on the triangles first. So take a look here. We're going to take on this triangle. We're going to find the area of that, which is 1/2 base times height. going to be 9 times that 6. Half of 6 is 3. 3 times the 9 is going to be 27. And we're going to write in 27 here. And the front part of that triangle, we have 2 triangles here. So this triangle is going to be the same. 27 and 27. Next, how about we take this triangle on the side here? And again, I like to highlight every single time that we take it on. It helps me to see it better. That rectangle, I always like to change up colors as well. It's 8 times 11. I'm trying to get better at riding this thing with a mouse, but I am just, it is not super easy. Hopefully next week I'll have that super awesome tool and I'll be ready to rock it out. Ugh, yikes. That's 88. Let's take a look here. That one is 7 by this length right here is 11. We can mark that here. I like to also kind of mark that. If that's 11 right here, that's also 11. That'll be 7 by 11, which will be 77. Yuck. Clean up. And we know there's one more, right? So we have one empty space. I always like to leave the very front, the last one, because it's easiest to see at the very end. Easiest to see at the very end, that 9 by 11. Times 11. Which is going to be 99. Erase this here. I got to tell you, I have a cat that's sitting right next to me right now. It's almost in view of the camera. I'll have to show you at the very end because we're almost done. So let's take this. We can use our trusty calculator. I don't mind if you use it. Add it all up. And you should have gotten 318. We're going to always label that as feet. Feet squared. Let's double check this real quick. Always good to double check. Make sure you got it right. Super easy to do. Yep, 318 feet squared. So guys, those are your 3 examples. Feel free to kind of go back and check these again. Hopefully that helps a little bit. You have 3 problems on your knowledge checkout that I'd like you to do. There's unlimited time, so if you make a mistake, that's perfectly fine. Just go back and see if you can correct it. You guys get to see my cat. She is very dark. She's hard to see. She just likes to sit here. Hey, Pippa, you gonna say hi? Pippa, say hi. Oh, there you go. Oh, say hi. She looks like she's pretty angry, but that's a pretty typical face for every single time that I talk to her. So yeah, that's it. Guys, you guys have a great one. Stay safe. Enjoy your time with your family, and we'll talk to you soon.